Okay, so today we're going to talk about, so put this at the top of your page. We're going to talk about what does it mean when it says to evaluate. Okay, you're going to evaluate an expression. Okay, so again, it's not hard, it's just that like right now if I told you to evaluate an expression, you'd be like, I have no idea what that means. Well, that's what we're getting ready to find out. Okay, so evaluate, new vocabulary word, evaluate an expression. It's super easy. Again, it's just, you just gotta know what to do. We'll start easy and then we'll get a little bit harder as we go. Okay, so let's say we have an expression of x plus 7. Okay, so we know that's an expression, x plus 7. Okay, so there's no math to do here. It's just an expression. There's nothing we can do. But if I tell you to evaluate this expression for x equals 6, that means take 6, put it where x is, and solve it. That's what evaluate means. So what would we get if I said evaluate this expression for x equals 6? 13. You just put it 6 in its place and solve it. So my problem is really 6 plus 7. The answer is 13. Okay? Now, let's go to your whiteboard. Obviously, they're going to get a little harder, but that's all we're doing. I'm going to give you an expression, and then I'm going to give you what you're supposed to put into the place of the variable to solve it. Okay? So really, it's just about being careful more than anything. But like I said, they'll get a little harder than that, obviously, but let's try some evaluating expressions. So we're done with your composition book, and we're going to be on your whiteboard now. So let's go to your whiteboard, and let's do some evaluating expressions. Okay, so let's do 2x plus 10. Okay, 2x plus 10. And remember we learned the other day that whenever you see this, remember that means multiply. So whatever I tell you for x, you're going to multiply it by 2, and then you're going to add 10 to it, okay? And so we're going to evaluate this for x equals 7. X equals 7. So what would we get if we evaluate this for x equals 7? Julia?
24.
Yes, 24. Yes, it's going to be 14 plus 10 is going to be our problem, which would be 24. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, what about 20 minus 3x? 20 minus 3x. Okay, and we're going to evaluate for x equals 5. X equals 5. Maddie.
I'm 35.
It's 20 minus 3x.
Oh, so it'd be 15.
It's 20 minus 15 is your problem. Because if you put it in a 5 there, you're going to have 20 minus 15.
So then that would be
Julia.
10.
5, exactly. I would write my problem. So once I put the 5 in, that would tell me, oh, I have 20 minus 15. And then you have exactly what you are solving, and then you just solve it. So again, it's just being careful. So I would go ahead and write, okay, what am I solving? Oh, 20 minus 15. Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, what about this? Let's do 4x over 3. Okay, and again, we learned the other day that this is one way to show division. So this will be 4 times whatever I give you for x, and then you're going to divide that by 3. So 4 times that, divided by 3. And we're going to evaluate for x equals 9. X equals 9. So you would say 4 times 9, get that answer, and then divide that by 3. Okay, so 4x over 3, and we're evaluating for x equals 9. What would we get? Caroline?
12.
You would get 12, because you would get 36 divided by 3, which is 12. Okay, let's try another one.
I couldn't do that math.
All right, let's do 22 minus x over 5. 22 minus x over 5. So again, whatever I give you for x, you would divide that by 5, and then you're going to have 22 minus whatever that is. Okay, and we're going to evaluate for x equals 20. x equals 20. Okay, so we're putting 20 in here. Figure out what that is, and you're gonna have 22 minus that answer. Mason,
18.
18 is correct. 18 is correct. So you should have 22 minus 4. Because 20 divided by 5 is 4. Okay, let's try another one. All right, what about, let's see. Let's try this one. Okay, so let's go a little bit harder. But it's not really hard as much as it is being careful. Okay, so we're gonna put a fraction bar, and we're gonna put x plus 1 on top and 2 on bottom. Okay, and then we're gonna put plus, and we're gonna have another fraction bar. And we're gonna put 5x minus 3 on top, and we're gonna put 4 on bottom. Okay, now, okay, listen, super easy. You're ready? This is just like doing 2 of the kind of problems we just did. So you're just gonna do this problem, get whatever it is, add, and then the answer to this problem, whatever it is, okay? And the main thing to be careful about is sometimes this is gonna be addition, sometimes it's gonna be subtraction, so be careful. All right, so we're gonna evaluate for x equals 3. X equals 3. So let's work through this first one together. So if we put 3 in here, that's gonna be 3 plus 1, and divide that by 2. And so what would we get for our first number, Maddie?
2.
2. Easy. Bring our plus sign down, and then we're doing the next part of the problem. Again, we're evaluating this for 3. This whole problem is evaluate for 3. So we would do 5 times 3, take away 3, and divide that by 4. So what would our second number be here? Julia? 3. Okay, because this is 12 divided by 4. So now we have literally like a first grade problem. Caroline? 5. Okay, and that seems easy, but I'm telling you, most of the time it's a careless mistake. Like, oh, I forgot to, or I subtracted when I was supposed to add or something like that, okay? All right, so let's try another one like that that's got several steps in it. Okay, let's try. Okay, so let's do 2x plus 4. Okay, and we're going to put that over 5. And then we're going to subtract x plus 1 over 4. And then we're going to add x over 3. Okay, so this time we've got 3 different things. Okay, and again, being careful because we're subtracting here and adding here. Okay? All right, so we're going to evaluate for x equals 3. We're going to evaluate for x equals 3. So let's get each number. So what would we get for our first number if we're evaluating for x equals 3? Caroline?
2.
We're going to get 2. Okay, and then remember we're subtracting, so bring that subtraction sign down. Okay, what would we get for our next part? Again, the whole thing is evaluating for x equals 3. What do we get for our next one? Maddie?
1.
1, because it'd be 4 over 4. Okay, and then we're adding. And then what's our last number? Caroline?
2.
1. Okay, and then remember you have to go from left to right. So then you just say 2 minus 1, add 1. What would we get, Julia? 2. Easy.
I did it wrong, but I still got it right.
Okay, let's try another one. Again, more than anything, it's just being really careful. Okay, being really careful.
I did it wrong and it got.
All right, let's try this one. All right, so we're going to put x plus 3 over x minus 1. Okay, x plus 3 over x minus 1. Okay, then we're going to add 4x minus 5 on top and 2x plus 5 on bottom. And then we're gonna subtract, okay, one more, and we're gonna have 6x minus 25 over x. Okay, we are going to evaluate for x equals 5. X equals 5. So let's just take each one. So the first one, what would we get for that? So 5 plus 3 on top and 5 minus 1 on bottom. So what would we get for our first number? Caroline?
2.
We're gonna have 8 divided by 4, which is 2. Again, bring your plus sign down. Then we have a second problem. So again, we're evaluating for x equals 5. And so what would we get for our second number? Caroline,
30.
for the second number. So we're gonna have
Oh, yeah.
20 minus 5 on top, and we're gonna have 10 plus 5 on bottom, because it's, we're evaluating for 5. Julia? 1. 15 over 15, which is 1. And then we're gonna subtract, okay, then we're gonna subtract, and we have 6 times 5, that's 30, minus 25, which is, and then you have it over 5. And so what would we get for our last number? Caroline? 1. Then we just solve it from left to right. 2 plus 1 minus 1. Maddie? 2. Okay, so again, it's just being careful, being so careful. All right, we are gonna continue to practice this some more, but with a game. So if you will get with